She created an incredible history in Hollywood executives, actors and actresses, and his audience around the world. No one will forget the year 2010, because she made history this year, which was placed in the Guinness Book of World Records. What history did she make in 2010? Why did she adopt African descent children? Why has she never dated Keanu Reeves? How she redefines aging gracefully in Hollywood. In this video, I share many more unknown stories like this of his life, which many viewers do not know. Before she earned the title of America's Sweetheart, Sandra Annette Bullock was simply the girl next door from Arlington, Virginia. Born on July 26, 1964, Bullock is the daughter of John W. Bullock, a voice teacher, and Helga Meyer, a German opera singer. Sandra, along with her younger sister Jacine, spent much of her childhood in Nuremberg, Germany, often traveling with her parents for performances. As a young girl, Sandy joined her mother on stage, singing in the children's choir during her mother's opera performances. "My parents kept an incredibly tight rein on me," she once told the Los Angeles Times. "People kept telling my mother that I was the devil's child because I would never listen." Though her free-spirited nature was clear early on, Sandra's love for performing only grew as she got older. After Washington Liberty High School, Bullock studied drama at East Carolina University, starring in plays such as Peter Pan and Three Sisters. She also managed to make her downtime interesting, revealing on The Ellen DeGeneres Show that she had a weird job while studying. Dancing as an opener for drag queens in North Carolina, those moves came back around to benefit her later in her career. After college, Sandra Bullock moved to New York City to pursue her passion for acting. Studying under renowned theater teacher Sanford Meisner at the Neighborhood Playhouse in 1986. Meisner's method, centered on instinct and disciplined respect for fellow actors, left a lasting impression on Bullock. As she later recalled to the Los Angeles Times, "Meisner taught me to have real respect for the other actor. This approach, according to Backstage, focuses deeply on reacting truthfully and intuitively, a principle Bullock has carried through her career." To support herself while training, Bullock took on various odd jobs around New York City, including bartending in some unconventional spots. Her big break came with an off-Broadway role in No Time Flat, leading to her role as the Bionic Woman in the 1989 made-for-TV crossover Bionic Showdown, The $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman. Known for her humor, she shared with Entertainment Tonight, "I think people can relate to this reboot more because it's got that human side. I can fall down a flight of stairs, say something stupid." As we've seen on this interview, continuing to embrace iconic roles, Bullock soon appeared as Tess McGill, originally played by Melanie Griffith, in the short-lived TV adaptation of Working Girl. Speaking to E! News in 1990, she remarked, "I come to work thinking, I'm getting paid for this. It's really great. It's a job I wish everybody could have." Sandra Bullock has always been open about her close ties with her family, who shared her passion for the arts. Her mother, Helga Meyer, was a talented opera singer, and in 2000, Bullock faced a profound loss when her mom passed away after a long battle with cancer. Reflecting on this difficult period during an appearance on The View, Bullock used her characteristic wit to speak about how they coped together. "In a strange way, we had those 5 years to say everything we needed to say." She shared, "It feels like we were given a blessing, and that's the way I look at it now." 18 years later, Bullock's father, John, also passed away around the same time. She had to say goodbye to 2 of her beloved dogs, adding to the emotional weight of the year. Opening up on The Ellen Show, she said, "Life, I realize, happens whether you're ready or not. This year really shook me. My dad passed, and then as he was declining, we got the call that our dog Ruby, our little 2-legged trooper, had a stroke. Losing them, my little rides or die buddies, changed everything." Despite her losses, Bullock holds on to the family connection through her 2 children, Luis and Layla. She once shared with Hodekar, "On today, I just want my mom to see that everything is okay. I truly believe she had a hand in all these beautiful gifts in my life. I just want her to see that we're doing all right. Sandra Bullock's real-life romances have often blended seamlessly with her on-screen chemistry, adding layers of emotion and intrigue to her life story. One of her earliest known relationships was with her Love Potion No. 9 co-star Tate Donovan. The two were together for 4 years before parting ways in the mid-90s. Reflecting on the relationship in a 1995 interview with Vanity Fair, Bullock said, "I adored Tate so much. There's nobody that means more to me. And I know for a fact that I mean the most to him. In that certain way, their breakup was bittersweet. And she hinted at a deep, unspoken understanding between them. I can't explain why things worked out the way they did. We both know why it happened." In 1996, while filming A Time to Kill, Bullock was linked with co-star Matthew McConaughey. Although the romance didn't last, their friendship did. Speaking to Cosmopolitan in 2003, Bullock said, "There's a great amount of respect and love between us. No matter where he is in his life or where I am in mine, I know we would stay close." Another high-profile romance bloomed in 2002 when Bullock and Ryan Gosling, her Murder by Numbers co-star, began dating. Gosling fondly called her one of the greatest girlfriends of all time. In a 2011 interview, while their time together was brief, Bullock's magnetic charm and compassionate nature clearly left a mark on him, and the rumor mill has swirled around her connection with other Hollywood stars like Chris Evans. Yet Bullock's most publicized and deeply personal relationship would later take a dark turn, pushing her into the limelight in ways she never anticipated. Sandra Bullock, light of this year on the Annals of the Bizarre, has drawn the Worst Actress Award at the 30th Annual Golden Razzie Awards in Los Angeles for the performance sponsored via All About Steve. Just a day short of Oscars, where she finds nomination for Best Actress. Bullock, who happens to be in favor of winning the Oscars for her performance in The Blind Side, collected the award for the Worst Female Performance for All About Steve at the Razzies, an annual award ceremony that recognizes the worst in film. Bullock and her All About Steve co-star took home the Razzie for Worst Screen Couple, too. If she wins Best Actress, it will be for the first time either a Razzie or an Oscar-winning actor/actress to win both in the same year. The subject of children has recently sparked curiosity regarding Sandy B, leading many to ponder, why has America's sweetheart not had any children of her own? Allow me to address this inquiry with a blend of factual insight and a touch of respectful curiosity. Sandy B has consistently deviated from the conventional Hollywood narrative, both in her professional endeavors and personal choices, following her remarkable achievements in navigating through a series of tumultuous relationships, most notably the Jesse James episode. She determined that motherhood was indeed a goal. Albeit on her own terms and timeline, in various interviews she has expressed that the desire to become a mother was always present, yet life presented unforeseen challenges. When she felt the moment was right, she wholeheartedly embraced adoption, approaching it with immense love and enthusiasm. It seems she assessed the traditional path, offered her signature Sandra Bullock smile, and confidently declared, "I will chart my own course." Sandra Bullock began her adoption journey quietly in 2006, taking her time through each step until she brought home her son, Louis Bardo Bullock, in 2010. Born in New Orleans, Louis was part of a choice Sandra felt strongly about adopting from within the U.S. But this major change was her best-kept secret, hidden even from the prying eyes of Hollywood. Reflecting in a Vogue interview, Sandra shared how Louis transformed her life, bringing joy and purpose that made her feel complete as a single mom. "I couldn't be happier," she said, speaking warmly of her son and their life together, how she kept the adoption under wraps. Sandra's inner circle played a huge role in helping her keep the adoption private. She might have hinted at her growing family during her Oscar speech for The Blind Side, but she didn't let much slip. With a hectic awards season in full swing, she protected Louis from media attention by any means necessary. For Louis' doctor's visit, she used decoys and tinted cars, all to keep him out of the spotlight. Even his circumcision was arranged in a way that would draw less attention. She chose to have it performed as a traditional Jewish ceremony, rather than at a hospital. It wasn't easy to shield her new family, but for Sandra, every bit of effort was worth it. Protecting Louis from Hollywood's influence. Sandra has often said that her top priority is giving Louis a normal childhood, far from Hollywood's influence. She knows all too well how the movie industry can speed up a child's growing up years, and she's determined to keep that from happening to Louis. In fact, she's clear that if the demands of her career ever conflict with her responsibilities as a mom, she'd leave it all in a heartbeat. Even says she would pack her bags and move to Alaska. She's never left any doubt about her devotion, making it clear to those around her that Louis comes first, and if the trade-off for his happiness and a stable childhood is giving up her movie career. Sandra says it's a choice she'd make without hesitation. Sandra Bullock's decision to adopt black children appears to be driven by her genuine desire to become a mother rather than by racial considerations or any intent to make a statement. Adoption is a complex and emotionally challenging process, where prospective parents often face various personal, emotional, and logistical factors, in most cases, including transracial adoptions. The process involves aligning one's personal preferences, lifestyle, and parenting goals with the needs and situations of available children, rather than a focus on appearances or racial resemblance. Additionally, black children statistically face longer stays in foster care and are adopted less frequently than white children, a factor that may influence the family dynamics of adoptive parents who simply want to offer love and stability to a child in need. Furthermore, Sandra Bullock has shown a strong commitment to her children's well-being and future, expressing her love and dedication to her family. Her choice to adopt across racial lines may reflect her openness to love and support children regardless of how they look, focusing instead on creating a nurturing environment. Just as with any other family, genetics, race, and resemblance are not necessary for love and connection. Bullock's choices echo the sentiments of many adoptive parents in transracial families who prioritize family unity and love over outward appearances. Imagine this. Two of Hollywood's brightest stars, Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, with insane on-screen chemistry that had us all swooning in speed. We watched, secretly hoping they'd take that spark off screen too. And when they reunited for the lake house, everyone was back to cheering. Come on, just kiss already, but life had its own plan. Both Keanu and Sandra actually admitted to having crushes on each other back then. Just picture it a bit like those classic high school days, where two friends are both secretly into each other, but too shy to confess. The perfect misconnection. They stayed in each other's orbit, and maybe that's why their friendship became something solid and lasting. Both of them have been on their own wild rides when it comes to love. Keanu's famously private, and he's faced his share of heartbreak. Sandra's gone through some big ups and downs, with her love life sometimes making headlines. It seems like fate just didn't align for these two, and timing wasn't quite on their side. And who knows, some people are just meant to be each other's anchors in a way that doesn't involve romance. Their friendship is real, steady, and somehow stronger because they never crossed that line. In a world where Hollywood relationships are often as shaky as a Jenga tower, Keanu and Sandra's bond has stayed refreshingly stable. They still cheer each other on, speak kindly of each other, and shows all that friendship can be just as beautiful as romance. So, sure, we'll always wonder what if, but we can smile knowing these two legends have a connection that's genuinely special, maybe even more so because it's pure, platonic, and real. Sandra Bullock and Ryan Gosling had the kind of connection that could have been the start of a beautiful love story. Despite a 16-year age gap, they met in 2001 while filming a movie together. Sandra was playing an experienced cop, while Ryan, 21 at the time, played her young, wealthy suspect. Sandra, already a well-known 37-year-old actress, instantly hit it off with the fresh-faced Ryan, who was just stepping into Hollywood. Their chemistry was undeniable. They took their romance public at the film's premiere in Cannes, radiating that unmistakable meant-to-be vibe. Neither seemed to care about their age difference. They were simply drawn to each other. But as deeply as they connected, The demands of Hollywood ultimately came between them. By 2003, they decided to end things. Ryan later revealed the reason in a single, bittersweet statement. Show business is the bad guy. When both people are in show business, it's too much show business. It takes all of the light so nothing else can grow. Their story is a reminder that sometimes, even a strong connection can be overpowered by the relentless pull of career and ambition. 2010 was a whirlwind for Sandra Bullock, a year that saw her standing at the pinnacle of her career while privately enduring one of her most painful challenges. It began on a high, with Bullock earning her first Academy Award for her role in The Blind Side, playing Leigh Anne Tuohy. A fiercely loyal adoptive mother, she delivered a performance that deeply resonated with audiences, showcasing her depth as an actress and cementing her place as a Hollywood icon. This experience has felt for me like the week following the release of Speed, she shared with MTV News, referencing that surreal surge of fame she hadn't felt in years. It was a dream come true. But just as she was celebrating this major milestone, Bullock's personal life was collapsing. News broke that her then-husband, Jesse James, had been unfaithful, with multiple women coming forward to reveal his infidelity. The media latched onto the scandal, amplifying the pain with relentless headlines, and then more troubling revelations emerged, including disturbing images of James in Nazi regalia, adding a layer of shock and betrayal. Just a month after her Oscar win, Bullock made the painful decision to file for divorce, quietly but firmly choosing to distance herself from the controversy and heartbreak. The timing couldn't have been more complicated. Bullock and James had recently adopted a baby boy, Lewis. She had only just stepped into the role of motherhood when her life unraveled, leaving her to navigate the overwhelming emotions of a fresh betrayal while trying to be present and steady for her son. Reflecting on that time in a 2022 interview with CBS Sunday Morning, Bullock shared, "How do you process grief and not hurt your child in the process? It's a newborn. They take on everything that you're feeling." Determined to protect Lewis from the turmoil, she poured her energy into being a strong, loving mother. It was a year marked by dizzying highs and heartbreaking lows. In the end, 2010 tested Bullock's resilience in ways she couldn't have imagined, but she emerged with a renewed sense of purpose. Focused on her son and her work, she took control of her story, showing the world the courage it takes to stand tall through heartbreak and build a life on her own terms. Sandra Bullock is taking steps to move forward, even as the pain of losing her longtime partner Brian Randall remains a raw part of her life. In August 2023, Sandra lost Brian, whom she lovingly called the love of her life, to ALS, a disease he quietly battled for years. For nearly 3 years, Sandra kept Brian's health struggles private, a testament to the strength and closeness they shared. A friend close to Sandra recently spoke with Lifestyle, sharing that while Sandra may never fully heal from the loss, she is now opening herself to the idea of new beginnings. It's only been 7 months. They said, but Sandra is ready to take steps forward. She's still healing, but she's receptive to the idea of finding love again. The friend shared that Brian himself encouraged Sandra to live fully after he was gone. He wanted her to find happiness, even if that meant eventually opening her heart to someone new. Sandra wants to release the pain, to let herself have the chance to love again. They added, though she wrestles with doubt that she'll ever meet someone quite like Brian. In a heartfelt tribute, Sandra's sister marked Brian's passing with words that resonated with his love of life. "I'm certain Brian has found the best fishing spot in heaven, casting his line into rivers brimming with salmon." She continued, acknowledging the cruelty of ALS but also Sandra's tireless care. Supported by a team of nurses, she gathered to give Brian the comfort of home in his final days. Rest peacefully. Brian, her sister, concluded, in lieu of flowers, please consider a donation to the ALS Association or Massachusetts General Hospital for Sandra. Each step forward is a step toward healing and a testament to Brian's wish for her happiness. Sandra Bullock is a radiant example of how beauty can deepen with age, particularly in an industry often obsessed with youth. Approaching her 60s, she embodies a vibrant, refreshingly natural look, proving that true beauty doesn't require drastic cosmetic procedures. Her skincare routine is delightfully simple, focusing on weekly exfoliation and the occasional epidermal growth factor (EGF) facial for rejuvenation. At the heart of Sandra's ageless glow is her commitment to a healthy lifestyle, with the guidance of her trainer, Simone de la Rue. She incorporates cardio, core exercises, weights, and Pilates into her regular workouts, helping her stay strong and energized. What's truly inspiring is Sandra's honesty about aging. She has openly addressed rumors about cosmetic enhancements, choosing instead to embrace her natural self. Every wrinkle and gray hair tells the story of my life. She shared in an interview with People magazine after being named the world's most beautiful woman in 2015. For her, beauty is about self-acceptance, wellness, and the wisdom that comes with age. Sandra's choice to age naturally is a powerful reminder for women everywhere. Growing older isn't just natural, it's an opportunity to celebrate the journey of life. In a world that often defines beauty by youthful appearances, Sandra's stance feels like a breath of fresh air, illustrating that aging can be a true privilege. Sandra Bullock's appeal extended beyond her roles in action-packed films, as she also emerged as a prominent figure in the romantic comedy genre, captivating audiences with her performances in some of the most cherished rom-coms of the 1990s. Her portrayal of the solitary Lucy Moderatz in the 1995 film While You Were Sleeping became a timeless favorite among moviegoers and the cast alike. In an interview with the Washington Post in 2020, Bullock reflected on the experience, stating, "It was the most fun I have ever had on a film. I don't think I ever slept. Everything about that experience was magical." Following the triumph of While You Were Sleeping, Bullock earned the title of America's Sweetheart from Vanity Fair and continued to star in films that resonated with even the most discerning audiences. In 1998, she headlined both Hope Floats and Practical Magic. Although these films did not achieve the same box office success as Sleeping, they became closely associated with Bullock's career. Director Bill Bennett, who worked with her on Doc 2 If by Sea, remarked to Vanity Fair, "The thing that is so endearing about Sandy is that she is normal." However, the moniker America's Sweetheart led to comparisons with another beloved actress, Julia Roberts, particularly regarding their status as leading ladies and top earners in Hollywood. Bullock has humorously addressed the perceived rivalry between herself and Roberts. While accepting the 2014 Desert Palm Achievement Award at the 25th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival, she quipped, "Apparently you and I are in a dispute over George Clooney. We talked about this, right? We share custody and we are both fine with it." Beneath her radiant smile and engaging roles lies a woman who has courageously confronted her own challenges. One significant resource that has aided her in navigating difficult periods is EMDR therapy. EMDR, which stands for Eye Movement Desensitization and Reprocessing, is a therapeutic method designed to assist individuals in processing traumatic memories. This approach is particularly effective in addressing issues such as anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Sandra Bullock has candidly discussed her journey with EMDR following a series of distressing events that left her feeling overwhelmed. Experiences such as a home invasion, her son's health crisis, and various other stressful situations significantly impacted Sandra's mental well-being. She made the courageous choice to pursue EMDR therapy. In her own words, she characterized the experience as intense yet profoundly healing. By facing her fears and reprocessing her traumatic memories, Sandra was able to reclaim a sense of control in her life. Her narrative serves as a powerful illustration of human resilience and the importance of seeking assistance. It also highlights that even those who achieve great success encounter difficulties. By sharing her story, Sandra has played a vital role in diminishing the stigma associated with mental health and inspiring others to seek help. If you are grappling with the effects of trauma, remember that you are not alone. Sandra Bullock undoubtedly possesses greater acting talent than Meg Ryan. Prior to her surgery, Meg Ryan struggled to excel in roles beyond her portrayal of a slightly quirky romantic lead, a role in which she indeed shone and earned the title of America's Sweetheart. She can be likened to a contemporary Doris Day, who also found herself confined to a specific type of character, making it challenging to be convincing in other genres, particularly after reaching the age of 40. In contrast, actors like Adam Sandler can continue to play certain roles well into their 40s without facing the same limitations. Examining Meg Ryan Ryan's filmography during her peak reveals a lack of versatility, particularly in her performance in Restoration Not to be confused with Renaissance Men. In that film, Robert Downey Jr. convincingly embodied an Italian man from 14th century Italy, while Ryan's performance fell short. Additionally, her role in The Doors was not well received, and she attempted to break free from her established image with various unconventional films, such as one featuring a soldier with PTSD, and another where her character faced public disdain for an affair, yet her performances did not resonate. In contrast, Sandra Bullock has consistently delivered commendable performances across a wide range of films. While some of her projects may not have been particularly engaging, her acting has remained strong throughout. It is unfortunate for Meg Ryan, as she did not manage to shine in non-romantic comedies despite having numerous opportunities. Although her surgery may have impacted her career, it is evident that she was also weary of being typecast in the roles reminiscent of the 80s and 90s Doris Day. Sandra Bullock was born in the US, but in her younger years she spent time in Nuremberg, Germany and Vienna, Austria, and is fluent in German. Her mother, Helga Mathilde Meyer, was an opera singer, and Sandra stayed with family members, her Aunt Kressel and cousin Suzanne in Nuremberg, who spoke German when her mother sang in Europe. She also went to school there while growing up. Her father was a US military civilian employee. If Hollywood were to host a prom, Sandra Bullock would undoubtedly be the reigning queen, not merely any queen, but one who excels at beer pong as well. She embodies a relatable aura that conveys, "I am just like you, though I happen to be an Oscar-winning actress." In a hypothetical scenario where one is stranded on a deserted island, she would be the ideal companion, as she would likely know how to signal for assistance, while also providing endless laughter until help arrives. Sandra, as we affectionately refer to her, is celebrated for her grounded demeanor in an industry often characterized by pretense. Picture yourself at an extravagant Hollywood gathering, where Sandra is present, sharing humor and ensuring that everyone feels valued. She possesses a rare ability to exude genuine warmth, a quality that cannot be feigned for the sake of publicity. Moreover, she exemplifies a woman who remains unaffected by her fame. Despite decades in the limelight, she has successfully maintained her privacy and grounded nature. One gets the impression that she prioritizes a cozy evening at home with her children over any glamorous red carpet affair. She masterfully balances her roles as a mother, actress, and philanthropist without faltering. Additionally, her sharp sense of humor is noteworthy. Sandra could likely engage in a witty exchange with Deadpool and emerge victorious. Her humor is as keen as the stilettos she donned in the prep was all that, and she is unreserved in utilizing it, often at her own expense. This self-deprecating wit and relatability render her the type of celebrity one would genuinely enjoy having a coffee with. As in the landscape of Hollywood, where egos frequently overshadow talent, Sandra Bullock shines as a symbol of authenticity. She is akin to that effortlessly cool and humorous friend who also happens to be an A-list actress. In conclusion, Sandra Bullock in reality, an absolute treasure. Highly recommend forming a friendship.